Hey there, landlords. Let's talk about something that's been on everyone's mind lately. Inflation. Yep, that pesky rise in prices that affects everything from a loaf of bread to your rental properties. So, how exactly does inflation drive up your rent? Let's break it down. First off, one of the most glaring impacts of inflation is the increase in rental rates. As the cost of living rises, landlords like yourself often have to raise rents to keep up with higher expenses. We're talking about maintenance costs, property taxes, insurance premiums, utility bills, and even administrative fees, all of which are impacted by inflation. For tenants, this means paying more every year, even if their income doesn't keep up. And while some places have rent control measures, many areas don't. So in those markets, landlords might raise rents significantly, making it harder for renters to afford their homes. But inflation doesn't just stop at rent. It affects nearly every aspect of property ownership. The costs of materials and labor for maintaining or upgrading your rental properties have skyrocketed. Lumber, concrete, steel, you name it, it's more expensive. And with a tighter labor market, wages for contractors and maintenance staff are also on the rise. This means higher operating costs for you, which often get passed on to tenants. For those managing older properties, these rising costs can lead to tough decisions. Do you invest in expensive upgrades or risk more frequent repairs and higher vacancy rates? It's a balancing act for sure. And let's not forget about property taxes and insurance premiums. As property values rise, so do your tax bills. And those insurance premiums, they're climbing too, thanks to increasing replacement costs and a growing number of climate-related risks like wildfires and floods. All these factors make running a rental property more expensive. Now, from an investment perspective, inflation can be a mixed bag. On one hand, real estate is often seen as a hedge against inflation. Property values and rents usually go up, helping to preserve your purchasing power. If you own properties outright or have fixed-rate mortgages, your profitability can increase as rents rise. But higher interest rates, often used to combat inflation, can make borrowing more expensive. This can limit your ability to buy new properties or refinance existing ones, potentially reducing your returns. While landlords may find ways to manage inflation's impact, tenants often struggle more. Wage growth rarely keeps up, making it tough for renters to handle consistent rent hikes. This can lead to higher rent delinquency rates and increased demand for affordable housing. Keeping occupancy rates high becomes more challenging when tenants are financially strained. So to wrap it up, inflation has a far-reaching impact on rental properties. For landlords, it means higher costs, but also potential gains in property value and rental income. For tenants, it's about affordability and stability. Understanding these dynamics helps both parties navigate the rental landscape better. Want to learn more about how we can help with your property management needs? Give us a call at 503-646-9664 Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. or visit our website at forrentpdx.com. Stay informed, stay adaptable, and as always, happy renting. Thanks for watching.